Hello everyone, this is day 7 of this video challenge. The purpose of this video is that I'm making, one of the purposes is the audience, guests that I'm trying to put these out to are just average people who really don't have anything. They don't have any extra money. They work paycheck to paycheck. They are always worried about their financial stuff and, life worries in general. But they want to do more. They just think that they can't because they're stuck in that employee mentality, which everything I just said, I've been there, done that. I'm still an employee myself. I still work 40 hours a week. I work 40 hours a week. I go home from work. I have my household stuff I have to do. Even on my days off, I have errands to do. Sometimes I have less, sometimes I have more. Like yesterday, I made a really short video because I didn't think I had much to do yesterday, but I had more stuff to do than I thought. When I went back home, I was like, oh, okay, I could do this. My girlfriend was off. She had some things she wanted to do, so I was going to make a second video, but never got around to it because I got busy doing, life stuff around my house, my home. But like I said, this is meant for people who are like myself, don't work paycheck to paycheck, don't have anything else as far as income, or as far as savings or anything like that, but want to do more. I even made notes today. I used ChatGPT. I use the AI stuff just to brainstorm, to get my brain going so I don't just sit there and go, bleh, So basically I just asked it to give me something about a little motivational stuff and to give me some points, some like bullet points, just to keep my brain, hopefully, keep my brain on track for this video. So, like I said, this is for trying to motivate people who work paycheck to paycheck and they want to do more. It's like, you can't. If you keep saying you can't to yourself, you're not going to. I've been there, done that. It happened. Frustrated. Started doing something, okay, I'm going to do this. Started doing. And then, bam, something happens in life. Or you hit that little bump. Or big bump, depends. And you're just like, forget this. I ain't doing nothing. I'm just going to work 40 hours a week. Just do that and forget about everything. And then you go backwards. Then you just forget. And then something else comes. Okay, I'm going to try this again. I've been there, done that. Start and go. Start and stop. Start and stop. Start and stop. It's a very bad cycle to get into. It's not easy to break out of, but it can be done. You just have to be very determined and get out of your comfort zone a little bit, like I'm doing here with these videos, which is out of my comfort zone. So I'm going to take a little peek at what I wrote here. I just wrote it like 2 minutes ago before I started this video. Idea popped in my head. Hey, make some notes. Maybe you might be able to keep on track a little bit better. So some of the points that I came up with here, which I kind of agree with. Like I said, you have to be willing to move forward, to get out of that employee mentality. Even though, like in my case, I use myself as an example. I'm an employee. I work around all kinds of people, and they have very, very strong employee mentalities. I want to do more. I don't like this. I hate this job. People complain all the time, but they don't do anything to get out of. I'm too old to do that. I don't have any money. A lot of it I see in people by their body language and the tones of their voice and what they, not really what they say, it's more like what they do, is that they want to do more, but they're afraid. I know, been there, done that. I know, I get it. There's a glare in my glasses. Apologize for that. Trying to keep the glare off. But anyway, you have to be resilient and have inner strength. What's referred to as grit. You have to, like I said before, not care what other people think about you, because it's not their journey, it's yours. It's what you want to do with your life. You're unhappy where you are, and change it. That seems very simple, but it's apparently a lot harder than people, than it's easier said than done, excuse me, that's what I was trying to say. But it's not impossible to do. That's what I'm trying to do, to get out of this employee mentality, to improve things, to make myself better, to move forward, because I am fully capable of doing a lot more than just working for a retail company. I tried, like I said, I did the stop and go thing all the time. Start and stop, start, stop, and that just makes you more frustrated, and then you just, other things happen, mental issues happen, and it just it's a vicious, nasty cycle that can be broken. It's another tip here is small steps lead to big changes, which is true. One step at a time. What works for you, do what works for you, not what works for others. You don't have to say anything to other people either. Keep your mouth shut. I had a bad habit of that. Of not keeping my mouth shut, and it just, are you stupid? You can't do that, you can't. And it gets stuck in your head like, oh yeah, maybe I can't, or maybe that, and they're not right, they're wrong. Because you can do stuff, you just do what works for you. Do one thing at a time. One little thing. It might not seem like much, but it adds up. In a good way, not in a bad way. And everybody thinks like their own worth. Your worth is not defined by your financial struggles. Everybody has them. The people who have a lot of money didn't start out with a lot of money. Most of them didn't. Most of them were broke, and they just had the determination, and they just didn't listen to other people. The negativeness around the people saying, "What are you, crazy? What are you, nuts? What are you? I'm not going to do that." Yeah, they'll laugh at you and put you down and talk behind your back, whatever. But they kept moving forward, step by step. The things that worked for them eventually, poof, happened. Sounds a little goofy the way I said it, but they became very successful. And those people that were putting them down and saying this, that, and blah, blah, are still where they were. So you just gotta keep going. I'm trying to keep on track here with my thoughts. And like I said, this is for people who are just starting out, think they can't do nothing, work paycheck to paycheck. You just have to do something. You focus on what you can control. I keep peeking down at my notes here. I'm trying to keep focused here because I have scroll effect. Squirrel, my brain goes all over the place. You focus on what you can control. If you can't control something, why worry about it? Like I said, I've been through all this stuff, okay? I'm 59 years old and I still deal with this stuff. Like, for example, the weather. People complain about the weather all the time. Oh, this, that, and I know, I live in New England, I live in Connecticut, okay? So the weather, you blink your eye, weather changes here. It's November now, 75 degrees one day, 39 degrees the next day. Right now, it's in the morning, it's like 25 degrees right now. Maybe be like 57 today, the high I think is for today. I can't control that. So why should I worry about it? Why should I complain? I keep an eye on it. So I'm aware of what's going on, but I don't worry about it. It is what it is. I can't control the weather. People all they complain about, oh, it's too hot, it's hot. It happens all the time. You can't control it, don't worry about it. That's just an example. If you can't control something, don't worry about it. If you have the ability to control something, you have the ability to change something. Like yourself. You have the ability to control yourself and your reactions to things. You can't control what's out there, but you can control what's in here. And you control how you react to something. You can just react to it in a negative way, or you can be like, okay, what do I do to change this situation? It's a little tiny thing, doesn't matter. You're making a start. You're doing more than other people around you who are just complaining and doing nothing. Alright, I've lost my place. And who's that? Never mind. See, I got distracted for a second. Another thing is you have to believe that tomorrow is going to be better. Tomorrow will be better. Every day that you wake up, now this is just my belief because I believe in God. I wake up in the morning, open up my eyes, I say, thank you, God. I have another day to start new. Another day to not be negative, not to talk negative about myself, to be positive. It doesn't matter what's around me. You got to be strong to fight that off and ignore it. Let them be them. You be you. And don't keep your mouth shut. And just do what you need to do to make yourself better. You just keep remembering that every day you do something to move forward is a better day. The tomorrow will be better. The next day will be better. The only person you're competing with is yourself. You're competing with yourself to make a better version of you. So you can move forward, so you can do those things that you want to do instead of being frustrated. I think I'm stuck. I can't do this, I can't do that. Because if you constantly say that, or you fall into that trap, you're going to stay there. Like I said, I'm 59 years old. I've been stuck in that trap for a long time. Okay? I'm trying to get out of it. It's never too late. You always can do it. Little by little by little. Now, another thing is your situations don't define who you are either. And don't define your future. If right now, like myself, I work 40 hours a week, paycheck to paycheck, nothing to save. As far as financially, financially, I have really nothing. But you need to just see. I lost my train of thought. I gotta look at my notes. Hang on. Your situation does not define you. So if your situation now is kind of crummy, it doesn't have to stay that way. It only stays that way if you allow it to stay that way. You need to just move on and do step by step little things. Okay, if situation is crummy today, it can get a little better tomorrow, little by little by little. There's going to be bumps. It's called life. Okay, life is a rough teacher. You can have really nice things happen to you. This is great. Then life will come along and kick you in the backside and knock you down really hard and you'll be like, what the bananas is going on here? But when that happens, you just have to go, okay, having a rough day, a little bump in the road here, okay, just have to deal with it. And in my case, as I'm a believer, I look up to God and say, okay, you give me the strength to get through this little storm, or storm, big storm, whatever it is. Give me the strength to get through it, so we can get through it and move on. Then the next day comes, get up, thank you, another day to start something new. You know, stuff happens in life. It's not always roses. There's a lot of, it's not always sunshine. There's darkness too. You have to have both. You have to have that balance. You just get through the darkness and the storms, and there's always a light on the other side. Okay, so, like I said, just keep pushing forward. Keep pushing forward. Doesn't matter. You're gonna feel tired. Like I said, I work 40 hours a week. I go home. I got stuff to do around my house. I don't sit down till about 6 o'clock at night. And I have to be careful when I sit down, because if I sit down, I'll tend to fall asleep. Okay, part of it's because I have sleep apnea. Part of it's just because I'm just tired. Because I've been working all day, been on my feet all day. I get it. Do it every day. It's like, a lot of other people do. But I'll sit down on my tablet, my phone, that's all I got at the moment. And I'll just use this ChatGPT thing. I'll just brainstorm. Any little thought that pops in my head, I'll just put it in there. So the whole point of this is we can do it. I'm a little long on this video, sorry about that, but the whole point of this, I'll wrap it up in a minute. The whole point of this is to, even though you're working paycheck to paycheck, you get frustrated, you think you can't move on, you can. One step at a time. See what I'm doing? This is not my comfort zone. I'm out of my comfort zone. Look at my past videos. They're not great. They're just me babbling, telling my life. But you can do it. You need to just move one step at a time. Keep your mouth shut. One step at a time. Do what works for you, and you'll get to where you want to go. Okay? Well, that's it for this video. I will catch you in the next one.